Hello everyone, it's Mr. Cinnamon Junkie here. I just came back from checking out a 10-page preview of Fwah Storm's comic book, Jericho. Um, he had spoken before about the subject matter that would be involved in the book, and I was really looking forward to seeing this. I thought it was going to be something really different, and I guess I was expecting that when I went to see the 10-page preview. What I got was not what I was expecting. Um, I have to say, I don't know if the words pleasantly surprised would fit here, but I am intrigued. I think the job of any first issue is to draw you in and make you want to see what happens next. If not, a series would die out if it didn't do that, right? So I'm definitely wanting to see what happens next. And this is just the first 10 pages. It's not the full book. Not only that, but not just the story and the characters and such, but the work that went into it. Now, it's no secret that Fwah Storm is a talented artist. We all know that. Uh, but I've been around comic book creators, comic book artists, and such, and for the most part, it's kind of like a three-part job. There's sometimes you can get away with two people doing this, but from what I've seen personally, it was always a three-part job. You had the guy writing the story, you had the guy drawing the art, you had somebody else inking it. Okay, the inking really like makes it pop, brings it to life and stuff. So, but Fwah does all three of these. So I'm highly impressed, sir. Very cool. The characters, the artwork, and the story was not. It was a tight story from what I've seen so far. And like I said, it jumped off in a way that I wasn't expecting. It got me like, whoa, wait a minute, what's going on here? You know that first off, you're introduced to Jericho right off the bat. But it's almost like, I guess it was kind of an imagination of hers, because she says this is not how the story starts. I'm not sure, but they show her in jail, so she has a bit of a rough and tumble existence. You did a really great job on that character, by the way. Not even a prison jumpsuit could conceal the physique of this woman. But when you start getting into her past story, you start looking into the past when she was a child, like 15. It gets really dark. She has a. If I don't want to give away the story, I don't want to give away what I've read so far because I want everyone to go check it out for themselves. I'm actually going to put a link to that 10-page preview below, so please go check it out. But it's some very serious subject matter here, and I cannot wait to see how this develops as the story proceeds. Definitely want to grab issue 1. That's going to be one to have for sure. And of course, it's going to be like any great comic. It's going to be, I say comic as a short term for comic book, or illustrated book, because a comic is a comedian, so I shouldn't say a great comic. A great comic book, or an illustrated book. Anyways, you know what I'm saying. Anyways, the writing is good, but I don't want to sound like I'm just glad handing here, because if I had to really nitpick and say anything like that, it's nothing about the story, nothing about artwork. And then again, what do I know? I've never really written before, so. But on page 8, there was like, he says, you're not you're not accusing me of sexually assaulting my, and then blank, which I know was like a pause where the doctor says, I'm not accusing anyone of anything, but I was kind of like, I thought maybe a word got forgotten there. There was no like, I'm used to the ... Ask Jamie. I'm really bad about ... I'm really bad about that. So it's just one of those little hang-ups of mine. And then in the next frame, when the doctor says, I'm not accusing of anything, I thought there would be like, I'm not accusing you, or I'm not accusing anyone, but it just says, I'm not accusing, and that's it. And then it goes with the rest of the sentence. I don't know if that makes any sense, but as I'm learning from established writers that editing is something way different. It's a whole different kind of beast than I thought it would be. So what do I know? There's a professional editor working on that. They know what they're doing. It was just a little hang up I had. Other than that, I love the artwork. I love the colors. I love the, and some people may take that for granted. What do you mean colors? Well, colors really deliver the story. The shading and it sets a mood. It sets a tone. Okay, you can't just splash color on something and make it work. It's there's a lot of shadows in here, and this a lot of identity without being identified. A lot of the shadowing and stuff. It's perfectly done. I mean, it's done in a very not mysterious, but well, kind of mysterious, I guess, in a mysterious way. So I like that. It just makes me want to know exactly more of this girl's story, where she went from when she was from 15 on, and how she got to where she's at now and became Jericho. With 10 pages, that's probably about as good as I can do as far as a review, but I urge everyone with an interest, anyone who's had an interest in the Jericho project, go check out the 10-page preview. Anyone who just has an interest in comic books in general, go check it out, because you may want to see this. Honestly, I cannot wait. I cannot wait for the completed book to come out. Cannot wait to get my copy, and definitely part 2, part 3, part 4. Can't wait for it. So all in all, well done, Fwah. I like it. Definitely like it. Can't wait to see more. And that's my my sort of review, I guess, of the first 10-page preview of Jericho.